The situation at the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant is critical. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has warned that the situation at the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant is critical, as the facility has been without power for 7 days. Ukrainian leader says the plant has been without power for 7 days, the longest stretch since Russia's 2022 full-scale invasion. It has been 7 days now. There has never been anything like this before, Zelenskyy said in his nightly address on Tuesday. One of the diesel generators providing emergency power to the plant is no longer working, Zelenskyy said, a week after external power lines went down. Russian shelling has cut the plant off from the electricity network, the Ukrainian leader said. This is a threat to everyone. No terrorist in the world has ever dared to do with a nuclear power plant what Russia is doing now. The outage is the longest the Russian-occupied plant has gone without power since Moscow's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February 2022. It is also the 10th time since the start of the war that the plant, the largest in Europe, has been disconnected from the power grid. Russia seized control of Zaporizhzhia in the first weeks of the war, and the plant's 6 reactors, which before the conflict produced about 1/5 of Ukraine's electricity, were shut down after Moscow took over. But the plant needs power to maintain cooling and safety systems, which prevent reactors from melting, a danger that could set off a nuclear incident. Russian officials have not commented on the latest statements on conditions at the plant. But Moscow and Kyiv have repeatedly accused each other of risking a potentially devastating nuclear disaster by attacking the site, and have traded blame over the latest blackout. Rafael Grossi, the head of the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, the United Nations' nuclear watchdog, earlier this week decried the cutoff of the external power lines but assigned no blame to either side. In a statement on Tuesday, Grossi said he was engaging with officials from both countries to restore off-site power to Zaporizhzhia as soon as possible. I'm in constant contact with the two sides with the aim to enable the plant's swift reconnection to the electricity grid, the IAEA chief said. While the plant is currently coping thanks to its emergency diesel generators, the last line of defense, and there is no immediate danger as long as they keep working, it is clearly not a sustainable situation in terms of nuclear safety, he added. Neither side would benefit from a nuclear accident. IAEA monitors are stationed permanently at Zaporizhzhia and at Ukraine's 3 other nuclear power stations. A special report.
CCTV cameras capture Russian troops as they attack Europe's biggest nuclear power plant near the Ukrainian city of Zaporizhzhia.
It should be night.
Pietro Kotin, the CEO of Ukraine's nuclear power company, watched the attack from Kyiv.
This is just a terrifying video. Watching fire spread and an attack at an active nuclear facility.
Right. And the units with nuclear materials right here.
The Ukrainians broadcast warnings, telling Russian troops to stop shelling at the risk of a nuclear disaster. The warnings went unheeded. Russian troops occupied the plant and the territory around it. Ukrainian forces held on to the far bank of the Dnieper River, leaving the nuclear power station right on the front line. 2 years on, the International Atomic Energy Agency, which has inspectors at the plant, is sounding the alarm.
You're responsible for nuclear security all around the world.
Yes.
Is this the most dangerous nuclear facility on the planet right now?
It's the most dangerous situation that we have. It's my job not to, panic, but at the same time, I have to tell the truth of what is happening.
Nuclear experts point to 3 main dangers. First, a military strike on the plant, either accidental or deliberate. Second, a power cut. The plant's 6 uranium reactors require electricity for cooling, but Ukrainian officials say 3 of the 4 power lines are damaged, and the 4th is faulty. There have already been 8 blackouts, as recently as December.
When you have a blackout, the cooling function of the reactors is lost, and you could have a meltdown.
And finally, it's understaffed. Ukrainians say the Russians have been abusing employees. 11,000 people worked at the plant before. Only 4,000 work there now. Irina Kokot is responsible for radiation detection for the Ukrainian government. Her office predicts how, if there was a meltdown, a cloud of radioactive particles would spread across much of Ukraine and neighboring countries.
This is Istanbul, right here.
Yes.
The city of Istanbul.
Here is Istanbul.
Contaminated the entire city of Istanbul
high
on the Black
level
Sea.
contamination,
It's
yes.
a catastrophe, a total catastrophe.
She says the fallout would last up to 100 years.
A nuclear disaster here would be felt around the world and leave large parts of Ukraine and beyond uninhabitable. Lester?
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's warning that the situation at the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant is critical is a key factor. Russia's attack on the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant could change the course of the war in Ukraine. It remains to be seen what decision the European Union or Ukraine will make in this situation. If Ukraine or the European Union fires missiles at the scattered Russian nuclear power plants, things in the region will worsen. The lessons of the Chernobyl nuclear disaster are not small.